Hello YouTube, this is Chuck, and that's Interstate 10 coming into Quartzsite, Arizona. That's where most people are going to come up off of, they call exit 19. And I'm going to take you on a windshield tour of Quartzsite this afternoon. And so first of all, when we get off the interstate, we'll come down here for just a little bit and we'll get on to Main Street. Now, while we're waiting for the light to change, Quartzsite has a few things it's known for, and one of them is a lot of RVers end up spending much of the winter here at Quartzsite. So it's a huge thing for RVers. Let me turn you around here to get you out of the sun. These things here are real popular here too. This is, we're coming in on East Main Street, and there's the original Quartzsite sign. Try to get ahead of this guy a little bit here. Basically, Quartzsite has two big roads, and one is Main Street, and the other one is called Central. Central. And most everything is on one or the other. There's a lot of change. There's a lot of RV stuff here. A lot of it's seasonal. This thing, they'll close that place down and haul everything away during the winter time. That bookstore right there has got kind of an interesting history. The guy that used to own it, he used to run around there almost naked all the time, and it was called the Naked Bookstore. And he had just barely enough to keep him legal. But this is the main business strip of Quartzsite, and you got a lot of businesses catering to RVers, and of course there's the dollar stores and RV parks everywhere, and places to get propane and tourist related things. It changes from year to year, but there's some stuff that's been here a long time. Trailer parks, there's people that winter here. They've been doing it for years. A lot of places catering to the RV folks and the solar industry and whatever you might want to do with an RV. This little place right there is interesting. That's a laundromat and a coffee shop, and they also have showers there. So if you live in a van or something, you can put your clothes in the washer, grab a quick shower, and grab a cup of coffee while your clothes are washing. This is the main intersection here, and I didn't want to get behind the van so it blocked the view, but this is Main and Central. And most everything works around Main and Central, so pay attention to that location. And it's going to let us through here in just a minute. But, this used to be a big seasonal RV place. La Mesa used to have a huge presence there, and if you notice, there's nothing there this year at all. Quartzsite's kind of changing, and I'll talk a little bit more about that as we go. But we're going to come back to this intersection now. It's going to make me stop. If you turn left here, go that way, you got 75 miles to Yuma. If you turn this way and go that way, you're 26 miles to Parker. This is Arizona Route 95. But we're actually talking about Quartzsite today, and you can see a lot of truck traffic going back and forth here on 95. A lot of RV traffic. You can see every type of RV you ever wanted to see in your whole life here. You can see there's a schoolie over there getting ready to turn. Yeah. Quartzsite, during the summertime, it gets brutally hot here. It'll get up to 120 degrees, and so there's not a whole lot of people that stay here all year. But from about November, December, January, and February, Quartzsite's a boom town. And there'll be thousands and thousands of RVs camped on the Bureau of Land Management land surrounding the town. And so it's become kind of a mecca for that. Now we're moving again. They turn around here. See a lot of tourist-related businesses. There's the post office over there. That's a real important thing. And if you watch any of my other videos, you hear us talk about the other night we went to eat at Silly Al's. There's Silly Al's right there. That's a pizza place and a bar. It's kind of a local institution. This bridge we're going across is going across Tyson Wash. And you'll hear a little bit more about Tyson Wash here in a minute when I come back on the other side. There's a lot of RV parks of various names, and a lot of them are full in the wintertime, and I've noticed this year it seems like there's more empty spaces than there usually is. Some of these people have been coming here for years and years and years. And they changed names over the period of time. And this is also a big fuel stop and hamburger stop, lunch stop. There's another RV park on the way to Los Angeles. In summertime, there's a lot less activity here, other than it's all highway related. But the winter time, as you can see, it's fairly busy. This is one of two grocery stores in town. The other one, I missed it when we went by it. I was going to tell you about it. It's called the Roadrunner Market. They do a pretty good job for what they are trying to keep up with what the needs are for the community. There's a whole bunch of these pop-up businesses. This is just Main Street. We're on West Main Street now, of course, once we got past Central. But we're coming up on the west part of town, and the west part of town, besides all these roadside businesses here, we got a Pilot truck stop. Right back over here. And you've got the normal fast food joints. You've got McDonald's, and you've got a Carl's Jr. and some of these tourist-related shops. And big rock. You see a lot of rock stuff. And here's this place called Gem World. And so there's a whole lot of people that are rock enthusiasts or gem enthusiasts. A lot of gas stations. And we're getting ready to make the turn now, and we're going to cross back over the highway. And this is exit 17, so it's 17 miles west of the California line. So if I'm at the top of this interchange here, and I'll show you when we get up there. Top of this interchange, if we were to get back on Interstate 10 where it says go to Los Angeles, we'd end up going to Ehrenberg and then cross the river to Blythe, California, and ultimately we'd end up in Los Angeles. So we're going back across the interstate again. Let me give you a quick look off this direction. I caught you right there. It's not showing like it's real busy right now, but that's a very, very busy interstate. So this when we get on this side, there's a big Love's truck stop over here. And then there's what they call Dome Rock Road, which is where that white pickup is. And that's actually the old highway before the interstate was built. And we're going to turn this way back on the old highway. And we're going to get on what's called Kuhn Road. And we're going to head back over to the west because there's some stuff I want to show you there. So we're a four-way stop. And it looks like we got our way to turn here. While we're here, while we're at this particular stretch, I've noticed in Quartzsite for the last couple of years, it's not quite as crowded as it used to be. And Quartzsite used to be an absolute total zoo, but it seems like there's a few less people every time I come over here, every season. And I think what that's going on is I think Quartzsite's gradually changing, and I think the baby boomers are dying off, and the next generation doesn't have the desire to come here like some of the rest of them do. Spin you back around and show you. We're right next to the interstate now, and you can see the truck traffic on the interstate. And right up here on the right, there's another schoolie. Right up here on the right is a lot of rock shops and stuff, and the people that are interested in the rocks and the gems and all that kind of stuff, they have a gem and mineral show here that's unmatched by just about anywhere, and you can see how busy that place is even on a day like this. But we're headed back over by what they call the Big Tent. And I'm going to talk about that here in a minute. So like I said, Quartzsite is gradually changing. And as the older generation's dying off and the younger generation's coming along, they have different interests. And Quartzsite is always going to be a highway town. And one thing I missed showing you on the other side, I realize it now, is there's a huge Tesla charging supercharger station over there they just put in. It's got like 80 stalls or something, and I meant to show that to you, and I missed it when we went by. But there's another RV park called the Shady Spot. But another rock store. There's a bunch of rock stores. The Lapidary Lounge, probably a bar, I guess. But we're coming back down into Tyson Wash. And Tyson Wash, we went across the bridge over here, but Tyson Wash drains a very, very vast area. Most of the time it's dry, like it is right here. But some of the time, they put a lot of water through here. Now we're coming into the Tyson Wells area here, and this is, as you can see, all of a sudden we hit traffic. And we're going to be bumper to bumper in here, but that'll give me a time to talk to you, and you can see all the vehicles parked here. You see the sign says RV show. Well, what they got right over here, and as soon as I can show you, there's a tree in the way, but as soon as I can show you, I'll pan you over there. But they have what they call the big tent. And what the big tent is, it's a 700-foot long circus tent, and it's a combination RV show, flea market, shows. It has all kinds of RV related stuff, but it's also a job fair. And a lot of nomads that are looking for seasonal work will go there to get their seasonal jobs. And the people like Amazon and the various people who are looking for camp hosts and all this kind of stuff, all those people will have booths there. The Sugar Beet Harvest up in North Dakota will have a booth there. And they have a saying saying if you have 2 arms and 2 legs and you can speak in complete sentences, you can get a job. And a lot of nomads depend on that. And so they come here. It's the 3rd week of January, and they come here to visit the big tent and get their job at the big tent. And we're going to be able to see that here just in just a second.
Where does this road go if I keep going where you're coming from?
It comes back to exit 17. It goes over the freeway.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Somebody doesn't know where they're going here. You see the parking area here. This joint's jumping here. My friend Sam came over here for lunch a little bit earlier, and he wanted me to meet him over there, and I got busy doing something else. But you look at all the parking here, and this is this is a Thursday as well, so there's just a ton of stuff. But there's all kinds of pop-up businesses of every kind. They're all seasonal, and all these guys fold up their tent and leave sometime around March when it starts getting warm here. But you can see there's the big tent way over there. You can see it. I'll show it to you again when I get up here just a little bit further. But there's every kind of flea market stuff that you could possibly want here. I'm going to stop and let this guy pull in, so I can talk to you a little bit more. There's places to eat, and there's places to buy tools and clothing, and there's the big tent way over there. You can see it. And there's all this other kitchen gadgets and cutting boards, and there's a place that has all kinds of pet stuff called the Pet Patio. There's a little pop-up bar over here called Beer Bellies, and my friend Sam wanted me to come over there and eat lunch with him today, but I got busy and didn't do it. There's a place that has hot cinnamon rolls. There's a flag store over there. You can see all the flags. You can get every flag you can possibly imagine here. This is a fun place. It's like an adult Disneyland. But as you can see, even on a day like this, it's pretty busy. This is there's somebody playing bagpipes over there. Oh, there he is right there playing bagpipes. If you look down there, that goes back down to the big tent. It's got every little place imaginable over here. Selling stoneware, more rock shops. There's a place selling electric bikes. Electric bikes are real popular with the RV crowd. So we're back in Central now, and we're gonna make a left turn here, and I'm gonna take you down Central. Cruising Central. You can see just about every kind of RV you can possibly imagine here, and then some. I was at the RTR for the last couple days, and it wrapped up today, and I showed my van in an open house, and there was it was kind of fun, and it lasted. I had a lot of people. I ended up running out of business cards. I gave out over 100 of them. But now we're going back up over the freeway again. This is not an interchange here. This is just an overpass. And so I'll show you the. Once more, there's a look at I-10 out of Phoenix, and there's a look at I-10 going toward Los Angeles. So we're coming back down to the Main and Central again, where we were at a little while ago. So I'm going to take you the other way in town now. And this town kind of has this big crossroads, and there's some other businesses I want to show you. And of course, we're coming up on the intersection. Over here in this corner, they're selling those aluminum figurines and stuff. And if you look right where it says RV acreage and look right to the left of that, look at that big old Sasquatch there. And there's and right behind that motorhome where he's turning on the other side, there's a white one. I suppose that's a Yeti. If you want PC yard art, I don't know how in the heck I'd haul that thing in the van here if I did want it, and I'm sure they probably want more money than I want to pay for it. This is a very busy intersection, even it used to be this whole thing would be just absolutely bumper to bumper traffic. So we're gonna let this go on through. I said I was going to do a windshield tour, and I had somebody made comments saying you're really looking forward to it, and I know you like the windshield tours, so I didn't want to let the opportunity go by. I didn't do it last time I was here. And there you see all the little burrows and stuff. Most of that stuff's made in Mexico. Another thing you see down here is another rock shop. A lot of RV parks. There's a lot of people that come in. Now we've stayed at this one for a few days. There's another one on this side, the Copa Mountain RV Park. This one called Shady Lane. A lot of things cater to the RVers. And one of the things that's really cool here is there's this place here that's called RV Pit Stop. So 3 of the big things you need with an RV. Number 1 is you need propane, you need fresh water, and you need to be able to dump your tanks. And this place here is like an assembly line for getting gas, water, and dumping your tanks. And it's the big things that RVers need. And you can see it's a busy place. Another RV park over here. And as we get across, this is called Plamosa Wash. And you get up here just a little ways, there's another RV park. Businesses catering to RVs, places put solar. It'll install solar for you because there's a lot of boondocking here. Another big RV park over here that's pretty popular. You see a lot of the big rigs in there. Those people come and stay all the winter. A lot of Canadians, they're allowed to be out of their country for 180 days, and they have to go back to Canada and maintain their citizenship. And so they'll come down here and stay at one of these RV parks for a little less than 6 months and then head back home. There's another big RV park over here. There's a solar place to have solar put on your RV if you like. That's a tow yard for the tow company. There's the RV park I thought I was looking at. We're actually kind of leaving town right now, but I'm going to let this run for a little bit, and you'll see why in a minute. This is the very north end of town. They're doing some road construction here, so they got one of the lanes closed. So at the very north end of town here, this is where the fire station is. And of course, I always got to show you the fire station. And I'm not going to take you out of town, but I'm going to take you on this loop back here. This is not only the Quartzsite Fire Department, but it's also their medical center. And they have like a little clinic here. And one of the things right back over there they have a medical helicopter based here. And that medical helicopter is very, very busy. And they're actually gone right now. They were here earlier today when I came by. But here you've got the medical services, the plaza, and imaging. That's obviously an X-ray place. But I'm going to hold you on this little loop road. Of goes around the back, and you'll see why here in a minute while I'm showing you this. But that was a quick windshield tour through Quartzsite both directions, and I'm going to take you right back around to where the park is and where the RTR was, and show you where we're going to upload this at. And we come across there, it's called Tyson Road, and we're going to turn around and come out to Plymouth. So we make our turn right here. Look at that, open gravel flats. There's a lot of those. That's why it's so popular for, that's why it's so popular for RVs here. Now, I don't want to get you into the sun, so I'll turn you back around and talk to you for a minute. And Quartzsite tries really hard to have a lot of amenities, and I'm going to show you some of them when we get up here just a little bit, if I can keep you out of the sun as much as I can. And but now they got you in the shade. You can look over across there. You can see that's where we come from, where the truck stops and stuff are. Going through this little dip here. There's some place where they allow boondock camping right over there. The sun's coming back out again, so I better turn you back around. But the RTR wrapped up a little bit earlier today, and I got in a separate video about that, so I'm not going to talk about that right now. I'm just going to show you where and why I'm still filming this. But they got some pretty cool stuff here, and this is a little thing back over here. That little thing looks like a runway. That's for radio controlled airplanes. There's still a bunch of people hanging around the RTR site, so there's still a bunch of vehicles parked here, even though the RTR itself is over. This is the dog park, so there's a lot of people here with their dogs. The RTR itself is actually held on the ball field, so these people here are still left over from the RTR. And of course, they got the requisite stuff. They've got basketball courts, and they got a skateboard court over there, and there's the ball field where the RTR events are held at. Like I say, there's still some people there, but we're coming up on this intersection here, and this is a couple days ago when I did a video. This is where I started out at, and we're going to make a left turn here. I'm going to let that guy come forward. Okay, he wants me to go, so I'm not going to argue with him. So we're going to go over here, and we're going to pull right in here. And this is the Quartzsite City Hall, and it's also the public library, and the public library is where the Wi-Fi is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to try to get this uploaded for you right away. There's the library. See if I can find a parking place here somewhere. I guess I can be right here on the end. There's my friend Sam's rig. He's sitting over there, so he's got solar, and he's messing with his YouTube channel. I guess folks, things just weren't meant to be. This is alternative ending number 2. Tried the Wickenburg library, and it didn't work either. I don't know why, but it told me it was going to take 2 hours to upload a 20-minute video, and I wasn't going to sit there for 2 hours. So I'm actually back home now. And so I'll either upload it here or upload it at my local library. There's no reason why it should take that long to upload that little simple video. So I'm back home safe and sound. Let me tell you, as I always do, take care of each other and love each other, and we'll get this thing loaded up one way or another so that you can all see a windshield tour of good old Quartzsite. And I'll be back again here pretty quick. So for right now, let me just tell you, peace out.